Life is life. La 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 la. Oh, apparently singing songs can be considered. Oh, why is so dark? Is this? All right, let's see. That is better. Yes. Okay, we can mute here. The sound is working. Everyone's happy. 3, 2. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to another episode of Quran in English. My name is Ahmed, and I am happy to take you through the final section of Surah Fusilat and the first section of Surah Ashura, which is the consultation. But before I do, let me explain what I'm doing here. I am learning about the Quran. I'm learning how to read the Quran. I'm trying to learn and see what I understand from it. And I'm sharing with you what I understand in the hopes that this will keep me learning, because this is the way that I enjoy learning. I'm not getting into too many other perspectives. I'm just trying to read it and understand what I see and think. If you like that, great. If you don't, okay, it's not for you. I will make mistakes, so if you also don't like that, then maybe not the right channel for you. All right, disclaimer given. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's get into it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. And off we go. إليه يرد علم الساعة وما تخرج من ثمرات من أكمامها وما تحمل من أنثى ولا تضع إلا بعلمه ويوم يناديهم أين شركائي قالوا آذناك ما منا من شهيد. Small side note before I explain. I was rewatching the last episode that I recorded. It still frustrates me that I'm not fully fluent, and it's not super smooth the way that I'm reading. But I do feel like my mistakes have gotten a lot less. My pronunciation's gotten better. So I am making progress, even though it's not the progress that I wish it was. I wish I was better at it. But it's just little by little, I'm improving. And I think that's kind of the point of this education journey. Anyway, to him returns yuraddu is referred. Like to him belongs, kind of. To him alone. Yeah, to him is the knowledge of the hour. Now, what is the hour? The hour can be Judgment Day. The hour can be our deaths. It is specific moments in time that are, I want to say, transformative, like the hour of when revelation comes, the hour of when judgment comes, the hour of when Judgment Day comes. So it says, to him returns, or to him belongs, or to him is referred to the knowledge of the hour. Now they've added the word alone. That is decidedly not in this, but it is understood that to him returns the knowledge of the hour. It means it belongs to him. It means, because I imagine he could share it with whomever he wills. If God wished to share the knowledge of the hour, he could. It does not indicate that only he can know the knowledge of the hour, but it indicates that it belongs to him. Therefore, he can do with it as he pleases. He can give it, he can take it away, I would imagine, because God is capable of everything, and we're going to see that a little bit more as we go along. And nothing comes out from any fruits, from the coverings, or what bears any female, because the females produce fruits. The females of the plants produce fruits. Min akmamiha, from its coverings. Nothing comes from the fruits, from its coverings. Oh, so maybe not from the. Okay, so or what the female bears. The female bears fruit that can produce more fruit. I guess the coverings produce fruit that don't produce more fruit. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a very good biology or botanist expertise. But none of that, nothing from the fruits, nor what the females bear, nor gives birth to, except with his knowledge. God knows about everything. And on the day that he will call them, where are my partners? No, okay, where are my partners that you used to associate that weren't me? They will say, we announce to you that there is not among us any witness. Nobody can testify the associate gods. Now, I wonder why it ends with, it starts with the husk, the conceiving female, or delivering without his knowledge, and then ends with, where are my associate gods? I think that has to do with the fact that people believed that other gods produced livestock, or because they used to like pray to gods for fertility, for crop harvest. So I think that's what it talks about. I think, I'm not sure. But anyway, he'll say, where are my partners? And they will say, we announce to you that there are no witnesses. Nobody can witness. No one can testify. And there's an interesting explanation about, or interesting phrase about partners and what you believe in the Judgment Day, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Yeah, or we'll get to that immediately on the next verse. وضل عنهم ما كانوا يدعون من قبل وضل عنهم ما كانوا يدعون من قبل وظنوا ما لهم من محيص. Oh, there we go. And it was lost upon them what they used to invoke from before. Now this I find very interesting. Because here they try to will fail them. That's not what it's saying. It is saying it is lost upon them. And you know, when you used to be so sure about something, and then someone asks you, okay, and then what is the thing? And then you're kind of thinking about it. I'm like, what did I think? Did I used to believe in something? What was the thing that I used to believe in? And it feels like that. I don't know why, but I'm very certain that at the time of judgment, at the end, when you try to recall all the reasons, all the things that you believed in, all the things that you used to invoke or put faith in aside from God, you go like, wait, did I really believe in that? What was it that I believed in? I thought I was very certain of something, but apparently when faced with the truth and faced with the finality of it all, you go, oh, maybe I didn't know what I thought I knew. Which honestly is a description of life in a lot of ways. A lot of us are trying to understand what the truth is. A lot of us are trying to understand what the end game is, what the perspective is, what the journey is. And throughout our journey and life cycle of learning and trying, a few years later we go, did I used to really believe in that? Did that really make, because it felt so real to me back then, but it doesn't feel real to me now. And that's what I imagine this is describing. But obviously in much more severe capacity, because it's at the end. And they thought that there will not be for them any place of escape. وَظَنُّوا, and they will be certain. I thought dhannu was thought, and they will realize they will have no escape. وَظَنُّوا مَا لَهُم مِّن مَحِيصٍ. I thought this just means that they thought that it was not for them. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, let's do this. And they thought that, yeah. I'm not. Maybe there's a different meaning for the word that I don't understand, but yeah, don't know. Yeah. Anyway. لا يسأم الإنسان من دعاء الخير وإن مسه الشر فيئوس قنوط. That was a bit of a strange one for me. Human does not get tired from praying for good. One never tires from praying for good, which is a interesting phrase, because my brain's always like, yeah, a lot of people are tired of praying for good, and when they have a lot of good, they don't want to pray for good because they got good. But I think if you change the word praying to wishing or wanting or asking, for the non-faithful, then that is true. One always wants more good, right? It's kind of like the well of desire for humans is usually endless. But if it touches him any evil, Then he gives up hope and he despairs. They become desperate and hopeless, which is unbelievably common. And it's also one of the most frustrating things that I've seen amongst, let's say, friends groups or people that are close to me. Listen, good things and bad things happen to everybody, and of varying degrees throughout our lifestyle. Nobody's life is entirely bad and nobody's life is entirely good. Those that focus on the bad and woe is me and what I don't have and they're exhausting to be around. And don't get me wrong, I have been that person. I have been that person many a time. And yeah, understanding that this is a trap, that you give up hope and despair is, it's also one of the lessons of the Quran, but it's also kind of being mindful of happy and sad. But yeah. Sorry, my brain just went to a million different places, and I realized I should just focus on the Quran. Listen, okay, let's just get through it. All right, focus. ولئن أذقناه رحمة منا من بعد ضراء مسته ليقولن هذا لي وما أظن الساعة قائمة ولئن رجعت إلى ربي إن لي عنده للحسنى فلننبئن الذين كفروا بما عملوا ولنذيقنهم من عذاب غليظ. Yeah. And verily, if we let him taste the mercy from us, from after the hardship, the adversity that has touched him, then surely man will say that this is for me, this is due to me. Oh, I have succeeded in getting myself out of this. And I do not think that the hour will be established. And if I am returned to my Lord, then indeed for me with him is all the best. Meaning what? If the hardship is lifted, then humans kind of give themselves the credit, like, I'm the reason why the hardship is lifted, la-di-da-di-da. And if I go to God, yeah, God's going to be happy, God's going to be great with me. He's going to have nothing but the best for me because, I'm good, I'm great, I'm bad. It's ego, very bluntly put. You think that's good for you and that all will be good. But surely we'll inform those who disbelieved about what they did, and we will make them taste from a torment, a punishment that is severe, harsh. So yeah, the finest rewards with him will definitely be mine. I mean, there's also something to be said about even believers. I don't think anyone can say, even the best of believers, even the good, even though it will be true for them, saying that, oh, God will have what's best for me, is arrogance and speaking on behalf of God's judgment, which you do not know. So do not be arrogant. وإذا أنعمنا على الإنسان أعرض ونأى بجانبه وإذا مسه الشر فذو دعاء عريض. And when we bestow favor upon human, he turns away and distances himself from God, from us, from God, from Acting arrogantly is not the word, but bijanibihi, but just distancing, like just turning away, essentially. And when it touches him evil, then he is full of supplication, of prayer that is lengthy. So here we have the opposite element. We have a tale of two halves. The first half was if good things happen or if bad things happen. Yeah, if bad things happen, you're desperate and sad. And if good things happen, you go, oh, it's all because of me, la-di-da, everything's fine. And you forget to give thanks. And the other one is if we have bestowed favor upon the human, they stop. Consequently, it's the same as, not giving credit to God. But here it's more specifically saying they turn away from prayer, they turn away from remembrance, they turn away from thinking about God. And if evil touches them, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, please help us, please get us out of this mess, and start praying, God, God, God. Again, it reminds me of that song by Sam Smith, Everybody Prays in the End, which is it's called Pray by Sam Smith. It's such a beautiful song because obviously he's not very religious, but he says everybody prays in the end. And there's kind of like, this is exactly what that's talking about, that desperation at the end, praying for the evil to stop. Yeah. قل أرأيتم إن كان من عند قل أرأيتم إن كان من عند الله ثم كفرتم به من أضل ممن هو في شقاق بعيد. من أضل ممن هو في شقاق بعيد. Say, did you see if it was from God? Now they've added this word Quran, which is not in the words above. Say, did you see that it was from God, and then you disbelieved in it? Whoever is more astray than he who is in an opposition that is far. Yeah, this word is not in there. It just says, did you see it's from God and then you disbelieved? Who is more lost than the one who has gone in extreme opposition? Yeah, truth is probably more accurate than Quran, because there were many revelations over many times. The Quran was not the only thing that was sent down from God. So that's why it is more of an open statement, because it applies to them as well as it applies to us. سنريهم آياتنا في الآفاق وفي أنفسهم حتى يتبين لهم أنه الحق أولم يكفي بربك أنه على كل شيء شهيد. We will show them our signs, our verses, or our signs in the horizons and in themselves. What an interesting expression. Until it is clear for them that it is the truth. Is it not sufficient that you're concerning your Lord that he is over everything a witness? What an interesting verse. So I struggled when I was younger, because I was reading the words and I'm not getting it, not resonating, not feeling it, not understanding it, and I still struggle a lot of the times. It's not like I don't struggle. I'm very much struggling. But the difference is I'm trying with reading to look at the world and look at myself. And this is kind of the perfect example of that. Our signs are within the universe and within themselves. And it's kind of like you keep seeing it until it is clear that for them, this is the truth, you know? So it's not like, and this is something that I also struggle with. I always used to think that if it's the truth, it was going to be apparently the truth from the beginning. But that's not the case. The point of this existence and this life, from our perspective, is that it's long, but there's also a reason why there's a length in time. And there's a reason why things take work and effort and energy and building faith. It's kind of like that concept of having experience versus having knowledge. Experience is better at making sure that you can do a good job versus having the knowledge. And that's why most companies search for experience over knowledge, because knowledge comes and goes. But once you've lived it, then it truly sits within you. And apparently the learning of the truth exists in your willingness to discover yourself and the world, which I find just beautiful. It's just such a wonderful journey inwards as much as it is a journey outwards. Concept I could not understand when I was younger. And I like to think of myself as a very smart kitty. I'm not that smart. Is it not sufficient that your Lord is over everything a witness? I don't understand why this is why is this the question? You know, we said not that smart, right? Why witness? I would understand that if you were to talk about the magnanimous nature of life and like the glory of the inward journey being as beautiful as the outward journey, and in that is marvel and wonder. Like I would not understand why it's about witnessing versus one of the phrases which we call from here in Allah al kulli shay'in qadir, God is capable of everything, or God is almighty and all powerful. And it's just, I'm very curious as to why this is the statement. And the last verse for this chapter is ألا إنهم في مرية من لقاء ربهم ألا إنه بكل شيء محيط. Unquestionably, it is they are in doubt from meeting their Lord. Unquestionably, indeed, he is of everything all-encompassing. But he is indeed fully aware of everything, fully encompassing of everything. Not aware. بكل شيء محيط. He envelops everything. Yeah, it is true that they are in doubt of meeting their Lord, but he is fully capable of everything. Yeah, interesting. It says Fussilat is like explained in detail. A big part of my struggle with faith is that I still don't get it. I'm still missing so many pieces of knowledge for me to have a fully fledged perspective. And I've gained enough awareness to be able to recognize my inability. So it leaves me in this weird, I feel a bit stupid, but like ignorant, not stupid, does a difference. It's frustrating because I just want to be there, but time is relevant. Anyway, we'll continue until the star, as we always do. So that means we go into the next chapter, Ashura, the consultation. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حميم عاسين قاف. So we have covered, and specifically in the previous chapter as well, it started with Hamim because I was watching the video back. Usually the Quran starts with one or two letters, one to five letters, because I think five is the maximum. And we don't know what it means. And usually it's only one verse. Now it's two verses. Hamim, Asin, Qaf. I would like to do a little bit of research at the end to see if I can figure it out. But first, let me read the Quran completely, because I always feel like I can figure it out. You know that feeling of like, oh, when your friend's trying to like open a can or something and like it's not working, you're like, oh, gimme. Like I'm like you somehow have this can opening knowledge or strength. So I have this feeling with these words and letters. I feel like I can figure it out, but I want to read the whole thing first and then try and figure it out. But what does it mean? Short answer, we don't know. Many people have guessed. We don't know. كذلك يوحي إليك وإلى الذين من قبلك الله العزيز الحكيم. Thus it reveals to you and to those who are from before you that God is the Almighty and Wise. Here they're saying by the Almighty and Wise, but that's not there. Thus is revealed to you and to those from before you. It says, God is the Almighty and All-Wise. I would imagine that's the statement. The statement is God is Almighty and All-Wise, and that is what is revealed to you and to those from before you. I don't think by is correct. By would be min, and it is not there. It just says, I don't know how to, if you can put the mouse over it. Yeah, and thus it is revealed to you, just like those before you, God, the Almighty and Wise. Yeah. Anyway. له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وهو العلي العظيم. To him belongs whatever is in the heavens. To him is whatever is in the heavens and in the earth. And he is the most high and most great. God the Almighty, and all wise. To Him belongs everything in the heavens and in the earth. Yeah, because it's describing God and describing what is happening to Him. Anyway, and He is the most elevated and most great. تكاد السماوات يتفطرن تكاد السماوات يتفطرن من فوقهن والملائكة يسبحون بحمد ربهم ويستغفرون لمن في الأرض ألا إن الله هو الغفور الرحيم. The heavens are about to break up from above them. The heavens nearly burst one above the other. And the angels glorify the praise of their Lord and ask for forgiveness for whoever is in the earth. So interesting, because I've talked about, we had the verse of those who glorify God's praises in heaven. And I said that it's not necessarily the angels. It is the angels, but there could be more. I still stand by that. We do know that the angels glorify the praise of their Lord and ask for forgiveness, but it's not necessarily only them. But the point is saying that the heavens are about to burst, and the angels glorify the praise of God and ask for forgiveness for whoever's on the earth, which I find beautiful. There are many angels praying for you, just as much as others might be. Unquestionably is God. He is the oft forgiving and most merciful. I just had a flash of my mom, being a supportive person in my life and praying for me, obviously, and I'm very, very grateful. Just sharing an emotional moment that has nothing to do with what I'm reading. And Allah, God is the most oft forgiving and most merciful. والذين اتخذوا من دونه أولياء الله حفيظ عليهم وما أنت عليهم بوكيل. This is a very interesting expression. And those who take from besides him, it is in there, min dunihi, as protectors, God is a keeper over them, and you are not over them a manager, an agent. Which is like those who take other protectors besides God, God's got them. Like, this is A, scary. B, an interesting turn of phrase. Those who choose other than God, God's got a hold of them too. Like, it's just a bit scary for them. Specifically because God's watching you, and you are not over them, over a manager, which I this is one of the ones that I love. It's a lesson that I've appreciated. You're not supposed to, it's not your job to worry about the disbelievers. It's your job to spread the message, and yeah, everyone has free will, and that it should be kept. وكذلك أوحينا إليك قرآنا عربيا لتنذر أم القرى ومن حولها وتنذر يوم الجمع لا ريب فيه فريق في الجنة وفريق في السعير. And thus we have revealed upon you a Quran. We have revealed to you this is the word Quran. So you notice how it's not in brackets this time, because it's there literally. An Arabic Quran, so that you may warn the mother of towns. Mother of towns, mothers of cities. Now, the mother of cities is an honorary title given to the city of Mecca because of its great religious significance and the home of Allah's first house, which was for Abraham, of worship ever built on earth, and perhaps of its central location as well. I've always thought that the Middle East is actually the middle of the earth. If we're looking at, well, obviously you can look at any earth. Maybe I should do maps. You can look at any point on the earth and say it's the middle. Depends on where you look at it. Okay. I would have thought then. Oh, you've seen my little Amsterdam. Amsterdam. Um, bro. Yeah, I always thought like, I mean, there's arguments to be made. It depends on where you put the location, and if you want to put it on, yeah, it doesn't make sense to take it from the equator because there's more land above the equator than it is below the equator. Um, though that being said, is this accurate? This feels like a more accurate representation of the size. Anyway, so if you wanted to take kind of like the midline, it would kind of make sense to be around here, considering all the land above and below. So land being all the places that people can live. So they're saying it's Mecca and Medina, which is like somewhere a little bit lower. I don't know. Middle East is also very colonial in terms of the terms, like Middle East of what? It's in the middle of the East, according to the UK. I don't know. From a trade routes, it does activate half of this and all of this. So if you take all of this half, and this half, that kind of feels about the same. I don't know. And now we're saying I'm bufty. I'm talking about things which I do not know, which honestly is on brand for this this channel. Anyway, to continue, the mother of cities. Well, it was the birthplace. It was the first mosque where Abraham built the first mosque because the Kaaba is used to be Abraham built it, and then the pagans took over it, and then they turned it into the statues and idols, and then the Prophet Muhammad came, and then it became a place of God again, and that's where all the Muslims go for the pilgrimage. There might be another reason why it's called the Mother of Cities that we do not fully understand. And however, so anyway, so that you may warn the Mother of Cities and whoever is around it of the day of assembly. There's no doubt in it. A party will go to heaven and a party will be in the blazing fire. Very straightforward. ولو شاء الله لجعلهم أمة واحدة ولو شاء الله لجعلهم أمة واحدة ولكن يدخل من يشاء في رحمته والظالمون ما لهم من ولي ولا نصير. And if God had willed, then he would have made them a community that is one. But he admits whomever he wills into his mercy, and the wrongdoers, for them is no protector nor any helper or victor. Pretty straightforward. Nothing groundbreaking. أم اتخذوا من دونه أولياء فالله هو الولي وهو يحيي الموتى وهو على كل شيء قدير. Or did they take from besides him any protectors? But God is the protector, and he gives life to the dead, and he is over everything all-powerful. Yeah. How can they take protects? It's not how can they. It's or have they? Just taken from besides him any protectors. Yeah. Or have they is correct. هو الذي He's the one that gives life to the dead, and he is capable of everything. وما اختلفتم فيه من شيء فحكمه إلى الله. ذلكم الله ربي عليه توكلت وإليه أنيب. And whatever you differ in it, min a thing, then the ruling is to God. Whatever you differ as humans, then the ruling is to God. That is God, my Lord. Upon him I put my trust, and to him I turn. Which there is this beautiful serenity in surrender. That's the word Islam, to surrender to God. And it's not to be angry or to judge or to force or to say you have to think the way that I think. There's a sort of concept of, okay, I think differently than you. God knows best. Let's move on. You know? There's a beautiful serenity in that surrender. فاطر السماوات والأرض جعل لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا ومن الأنعام أزواجا يذرأكم فيه ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. He is the creator of the heavens and the earth, and he made for you from yourselves pairs, mates, and from the cattle mates, and he multiplies you therein. There is not like him anything, and he is the all-hearing and all-seeing. Beautiful. Spouses from among yourselves. Beautiful. I like it. Nothing to argue, nothing to distate. I just like it. It's just nice. له مقاليد السماوات والأرض يبسط الرزق لمن يشاء ويقدر إنه بكل شيء عليم. To him belong the keys of the heavens and the earth. He extends the provisions to whomever he wills, and he restricts said provisions. Indeed, he is of everything all-knowing. Yeah, good. I appreciate it. I like it. 42, the answer to the key of the universe. Okay, let's not get too difficult. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you, and I will catch you next week. Inshallah. مع السلامة. Take care. Bye-bye.